Another beautiful day, and it's Friday. It's April 1st, and it's April Fool. And SAS really got our listeners on the TGIF show. I'm not like that. I'm not that bad. I'm not mean. I'm not gonna do you guys April Fool. We're gonna have fun for the next hour. Like I promised yesterday, I'm still going to let you guys take the lead on the show. So if you want to prank me, you can prank me, and you'll be forgiven for today at least. But it's the Sports Buffet. My name is Daffy Matthew. So, going to love to come with the Lagos One Sports. Let's have some fun for the next hour. And why those of us who are Nigerians are reeling on the pain of losing out in the World Cup, somebody has put a number to it. What we are losing is about 1.5 billion. I don't know where that number came from, but I know that it is a lot. And it's a drawdown from activation, campaign, sponsorship, branding, endorsement, the money that will come from FIFA, and a whole lot. Okay, so potentially 1.5 billion. That's what they said, but I don't think it's up to that. But it's in the region. For me, in my head, I was thinking $500 million. That's what have been lost. Potentially, too, we might lose the Nike sponsorship. We might, or it will continue thanks to the AFCON, because there's the AFCON next year, so the qualifiers will just kick in from June, July, and we'll move on. There's a whole lot, but to be very, very honest, to be frank, there is no way. First, real money that is lost is the Super Eagles would have made $12 million from the group stage, between $10 to $12 million for just making it to the group stage. If we had qualified, that money is already guaranteed for a team like Ghana. It doesn't matter whatever group that they put them in. Today, as the draws will be held in Doha today in Qatar. And Qatar have also shown remarkable improvement in labor, in human rights conditions, and a lot, according to the FIFA president yesterday, Gianni Infantino, and a whole lot of others as well. And we must say that sports is actually taking a strong hold on hitherto leaders of countries that are draconian and does not treat human rights issues as important. But even at that, there was a little skimmish because the Iranian football did not allow women into the stadium, and then there was this rumor that Iran might be kicked out of the World Cup, and if that happens, Italy, who was knocked out by North Macedonia. Don't forget that North Macedonia is a country that we only know from the Bible, from the missionary journeys of Apostle Paul in the Bible. But somehow that did not happen. I'm talking about Italy. A team from Nigeria and from Africa made us awesomely proud and amazingly proud of them. This is not a refugees, but this is true. They went to the Vestergaard Cup. The Vestergaard Cup has been on for 72 years, in case you don't know. And that's a long, long time. And in that 72 years, there is no team that have come from outside of Europe that have gone out of the group stage. But then the team from Nigeria, there are two teams that left Nigeria for that tournament, Garner City FC and ADFA FC. ADFA is Alice Transfiguration Football Academy Football Club. So somehow they went. This is their first time of ever going for any tournament outside of Nigeria. But the beautiful thing about ADFA is, it's not about being the first, but it's about structure, organization, and it's about the founder, the owner, Mr. Alex Anago, who put the team together properly, spent the last 2 years, because the preparation for this tournament started way back in 2020, but then COVID happened. Let's say 2019, actually, from the Bayern Youth Cup time, up until now. And then, last minute in January, they were told that the competition is going to hold this year. Even at that time, Italy was still dealing with the lockdown and all that. But then there was opening for tourist visas and people came. And guess what? ADFA went from Nigeria to participate in this tournament. Our cameraman, Kalajahe, was there to cover it all. But that's not the story. The story is that they became the first team outside of Europe to come and score 6 goals in a single game. That's amazing. They also became the first team to score 4 goals unreplied in a single game as well. That's amazing. But beyond that, they played the tournament from first game to the finals without losing a single game. They lost in the finals, but they didn't lose in the course of 90 minutes. They lost after 90 on penalties, 5-4. Very, very proud of ADFA for what they've done. They should be coming back, but the good thing about it is big clubs are running after these under 17 boys already. Inter Milan, Fiorentina, AC Milan, Juventus, Sampdoria, Torino. Look at the league from playing on the 13, on the 14s in Nigeria, in the backside of nowhere, somewhere in Ekpe, somewhere in Ikene, somewhere, dreaming that in the next 10 years you will be playing in Europe, to jumping from the back of the queue to the very front of the queue. Plenty of shout out to people, even in a country where it seems like everything is in a mess, things are not going well. There are still people who are doing things right, and plenty of appreciation goes to Mr. Alex Anago for what he's done, and I appreciate him so much and the whole team. Coach Olumide, a wonderful job you've done with the team, and the rest of the backroom staff. Ahmed Kalejai, thank you very much for being there. You've experienced what it feels like to be in Europe, but beyond that, you've also experienced the cold that I always talk to you about in the studio, and how it affects your bone and how it hits you hard. Well, that's an education and an experience on its own. Having said that, let's come back to the show. For those of you on Instagram, I'm already seeing the loads of messages that you're pumping in there, and for my guys on Facebook yesterday, I'm sorry that I didn't read any of your message. I'm really, really sorry. Ifeanyi Peter Ani, he said, good day, big boss. Greetings from Vilnius, Lithuania. I've not been there. That's nice. Getting somebody from Lithuania. Thank you very much for following us. Oluwadare Showme say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Favor Ozoji, he said good morning, Odogu. Thank you very much. Good morning to you. Let me see what you guys are saying on Instagram. I've got plenty of stories to push out, but let's take it. To my beautiful, lovely, and adorable sister Unani Rose. Yes, in Dubai, feeding people the best of Nigerian meals in Dubai. Big and massive shout out to you. Love you to the very, very end of the earth and back. I hope that if you're in Dubai, I think that's someone you need to stop by and look for. Search for her on Instagram. She's Tiara Princess, okay? Search for her, and then you can take it off from there. Well, for those of you who want to send me a message on WhatsApp, the number to send a message to is 070 25000069 07025000069. If you also want to call in on the show, that number is the same number you would use to call. So call in on the show. Let's have some fun this lovely Friday morning. Yeah, Friday morning. This lovely Friday morning. Let's have some fun. Okay, I am the Meji Adimbola said, Manisa, I hope you slept well. Yes, I did. At least it's been a while. I've been working 18 hours every day for the past 10 days. So this time around, I really had a good sleep and it was fine. Okay, talking about, okay, thank you very much, Mr. Felix. You say, congratulations to ADFA for a good run in Italy. They'll be back to CJ, which you say, good morning, senior, good morning to you. And then Ambitious Israel, you say, you join people where they spoil Nigeria football. Really? I'm glad at least I have a position. I hope to know what position you belong to anyway. That's a nice one. Thank you very much for telling me that. Ad5 says here. He said, well done, Adafi. Thank you very much. Nigeria Sports, join us. Ambitious. He said, tell your guy Pinnick to step down. I didn't tell him to contest. Why would I really want to tell him to step down? With your any hard red. Thank you very much for that. People are frustrated right now. So if I happen to be the person that you venture spleen on, it's fine. But unfortunately, I didn't happen to play the game. I didn't happen to make you lose your bet. And it's people who put their money on this team that will behave like this. And I'm ready to take your comment. I'm at this time I'll play the big man. Stepanik, you say, good morning, Aleba. Good morning to you. Kaz_347 say, good morning. I had an argument with a friend. I want to ask, does the government have a take from the money being paid by FIFA to the Nigerian FA if Nigeria qualified for the World Cup? I guess that's what you wanted to ask. No, the government does not. That money goes into the FA's account for running of football in the country. And it's also part of the money that we use for football development and the payment of coaches' salaries and a whole lot of others. So government does not have a take in that money. I don't think government have any reason to even want to have a take in the money in the first place. What are they taking that money for? Okay, what are they going to use the money for? Government is supposed to be funding sports and investing in sports development and doing a whole lot more. So I don't see government having a take on that one. That's just the truth of the matter. But I understand what you're asking anyway. Government investment, it provides opportunity for people in Nigeria to go develop themselves in sports. Saponik said, I just wanted to say Iguavon must not smell anything of Nigerian football. He have destroyed our football completely. I want to say something, and a lot of people might not like this, but let me say this: the whole country is messed up. It has nothing to do with Iguavon. It has nothing to do with what's it called. It has absolutely nothing to do with just football. But I understand that football is the thing that we love the most, and we're kind of like, oh, let's fix football because if we fix football, we can, get the country. Everybody's happy. But we can't be happy in insecurity. We can't be happy in the worst inflation that we've ever experienced in the history of this country, and a whole lot more. So I'm not going to sit here. I'm not justifying anything, but I'm just saying that before we kill and destroy Iguavon, who is one of us, let us also look at ourselves because we asked for it. Iguavon did just become the coach of the Super Eagles. We asked for him. We said Ross should go. And when I say we, loads and loads and loads of us said Ross should go. His pattern is not good. When Iguavon won his first 3 games in the tournament, we said this is what Nigerian football should be like. We loved it in the AFCON. We loved it. So now to turn around and to be saying the things we're saying about Iguavon also shows the kind of people that we are. It also shows how bad a people we are, in terms of not taking responsibility for the actions or the decisions or the judgment, our lack of better judgment, our poor sense of judgment. It's also good for us to also sometimes stand up and say, well, we brought this upon ourselves. Like I was telling a few friends the other day that, look, whatever Buhari does as against us, we brought it upon ourselves. And it's going to be a shame for us to pretend like we're not responsible for it. I remember somebody said in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, someone said something to me. I was still in Brilla then, I remember, and I was having this conversation with someone. Kimati Bankole was there as well. We were having that conversation. And I said, why do we want to have someone like Buhari as president? And they said, Nigeria is so good that even if you put a stick in Aso Rock, it will be better than Goodluck Jonathan. I remember those were his words. And I keep calling him sometimes to remind him, I said, bros, remember when you said that even if you put a stick in Aso Rock, it is way, way better than Goodluck Jonathan? You've seen how it has turned out to be. So sometimes we as a people should also say, okay, I was part of this and take the blame. There's nothing wrong in that. But if you just dodge the blame and only look to blame other people, then there's a problem in the way you say things. But hey, let's move on. Some people think that the only way to go about it is to insult people. But fine. Somebody said, invite Desas, invite Akpoguma, Baba no agree. Now, I hope you will learn to not hate good players. Well, those players will still have come and will still would not have gotten the result. I remember when they said that, what's it called? Garner was not inviting Emmanuel Dennis, was not bringing in, he brought Kevin Bassey, he didn't play him. He also was not giving, what's it called, this guy a chance to play in the national team. If we bring Ademola Lookman, everything will change. We got all of these guys in. It still didn't happen. Sometimes let's just accept that it is possible that we can lose games. Okay, we are a football nation, and anybody can lose games, and we were part of it. When we're winning, some of that people were losing. That's the way I see it. Kazan has got 347. So secondly, I want to ask: does the NFF contribute to the Nigerian budget through revenue generated? So let me put it this way: football contributes. Okay, so the NFF is not meant to contribute to the budget, but this is how it works. Because football contributes, these people buy houses, these people pay taxes, the sponsors putting money into sponsorship of the Nigerian football, and it also affect the bottom line. So you could say yes, they do. It's not contributing to the budget, but contributing to the GDP. That's what you should look at. They are not supposed to contribute to the budget. They are supposed to contribute to the GDP. And yes, football is contributing, but because we've not exploited the industry the right way we should, the numbers are not as high as you would have maybe in England and in America or in other countries. But they do that. The Major Abimbola, he said he resigned from his technical director post too. He should. Okay, that's what he said. Okay, let's see how that goes. Shelorozi said Eguavon is taking a lot of flake while Amaju is going scot-free. Sad, really sad. I agree with you on that one. Let's go. Alpha Eloy Dafe, we won the best defender, the golden boy, and the best coach of the tournament. Okay, and that's good to hear. Congratulations on that. Can't hear you. You have to check your phone on that one, or you go to the YouTube channel. You definitely will be hearing me. If you're not hearing me here, I don't know. But Ademola Lookman changed the game. We didn't win. Now, Iguavon destroyed that game by playing Shehu. Onyeka was injured. When Onyeka was injured, even the Suya man for my street, coach passed Iguavon. But Onyeka got injured. What were you expecting him to do? To leave him on the field? Onyeka was injured, and then there was no space. The only player who could play in that position was the man he had, so he played him. Okay, so I don't want to blame him for. See, we will throw all this blame game as long as we want, but we still need a solution, a way forward. We still need to ourselves and say to ourselves, what do we want? Okay, one, we are majority of us, so not everybody, but majority of us. Semi Ajayi is not a defensive midfielder. It's not a midfielder at all. So why would you play Semi Ajayi instead? Stepmonic, if you were the coach, if you take that decisions and we didn't qualify, people will still blame you. That's just the truth of the matter. So listen, when a team loses, and this is like, okay, this is our default setting over the years, for eternity, this is our default setting. My question is, if something is not working, we should change. That's my own take, not a question. My own take is, if something is not working, we should change. Our default reactions to defeat is always to blame people. The question I ask you is, how many times have that default reaction improved things? It hasn't. This is not the first time. Samson Siasa didn't qualify for the Nations Cup. Twice we didn't qualify for the Nations Cup. We went on blaming spree. It didn't change anything. It did not. We failed to qualify for the World Cup in 2006. We blamed, we sacked, we refused to elect Galadima. We kicked him out. It didn't change anything. So if this is the default setting, you know, this rant and this anger is almost akin to the people who were in the stadium destroying our own properties because we lost cup ticket. So either ways, we must look for other ways to make it work. I was in that stadium and I saw over 60,000 people in the stadium. And the first thing that crossed my mind is, I wish these people are going to watch league matches in Nigeria, are supporting the league teams the way they support the Super Eagles. Obviously, the Super Eagles is a bigger brand, but I was just thinking about that because the real solution to Nigerian football is in the league. Fix the league and we'll have a better national team. Well, people don't think of it like that anyway. Big Sammy _OG said the Eagles lost the World Cup ticket due to lack of midfield depth. Austin failed to invited enough midfield cover once in the picked up an injury. Okay. I know we had a lot of midfielders in that squad anyway. Sorry, I missed you answering the question about NFF contributing to the Nigerian budget through revenue generated by the NFF. Okay, you missed it. You go and watch it on the YouTube channel later. Austin Eguavon should have brought in a striker and played two forward after Onyeka picked an injury in the first half. If he had done that the same and we didn't qualify the same, he would have said that he gave up the midfield or play striker and the strikers didn't get the ball. So, hey, football is football. Facebook, Richard Utueji said, Migo Bros, Leeds United must be dreaming after eating too much of burger. How on earth do they think Serginho Dest will sign for them? Very laughable. I beg. Make back a fine replacement for Sergio Busquets and Gerard Piqué. All right, that's on the transfer rumor. I'm going to give you that gist, give you the gist there. But let me go to my guys on the YouTube channel. Man, this YouTube is buzzing. Yesterday, for the very first time in the history of this channel, I couldn't finish YouTube messages. My God, thank you very much, guys, on YouTube. You guys are fantastic. Stepmonic on Instagram, he said, I hope you were not hot in the stadium. I was hit one ear on the back and one on the back of my neck, but Nothing a little pack of ice could not solve. I was fine. In the stadiums, I saw you in TV, and I was just praying those hoodlums would not snatch the bags you had. It was a bag of drone, a bag of gimbal, and the bag of my laptop and other equipment that I have. But now they didn't come for me. I wasn't the problem. They were not angry with me, and they did damage a lot of things. The seats of the national. The funny thing is they didn't touch the seats, the bench that the Ghana coach used, but they destroyed the bench that the Nigerian coaches used. It was crazy. It was crazy when I seen it. They scattered the net. They broke the net, tore the net, and the goalpost that was on the other side where Nigeria considered the goal, but then they leave this other one. It was strange anyway. But it's one of those things that happen in life, and you just have to laugh over them. Okay, let's go back to the messages that we have. Peter, I wanted to say this is wonderful from those guys who went to Italy to showcase their talent. Yes, Johnny Gaffar, I say good morning, Dafe. Did you see the rubbish Amokashi was talking yesterday? I did not see it. I came back. My son has been in the hospital, so my major focus was to get back to being a family man much more than killing myself for football. Everybody will say things. You know, one of the things that I always say about the class of 94 is they are their own worst enemy. Once anything goes wrong, everybody says this. Amokachi was the one that was in the stadium doing videos and talking about the fact that Ghana don't have a field we have, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, there should be solidarity. These guys are ex-footballers, and they should be able to know how to stand together. But then if they don't, that's their choice. It's not my call. Hybrid tennis side there, oh my guy. He said, why is Phoenix still the chairman? He's the chairman. I sent him a message and I said, see, guy, whatever happened, you've been the chairman of the president of the NFL for 2 years, 2 terms, sorry. If you step down, it won't make you a hero, but it will earn you a little bit of respect. Now, if you're not going to do that, take all the flicks that will come your way. Send him that message. If you just come and say, look, you are stepping down, or call the board and say, guys, let's follow our sword. I know that it's not a Nigerian thing, but then there is always a way to do these things. And I know that people will still say, oh, it's a PR stunt, it's this, it's that, but it will just make you have what I call soft landing. People will still blame me because, like it or not, I'm just like historically is the worst president of Nigerian football ever, ever, okay? Because his tenure has overseen more disaster, more failure, more non-qualification than anybody else. So all of the good he did with marketing, I like I said to him, I liken you to Ed Woodward. All of the good he did with marketing, sponsorship, didn't translate into result on the field. So that is catastrophic on its own, and it is terrible. But you've got to follow this one because everything rises and falls on leadership. Yeah, he's my guy. I'm gonna respect that relationship. I'm gonna be there. But as a Nigerian, I told him that's what I'll do. But whether I would do it or I would not do it, that's a different conversation for another day. So I wouldn't really be able to answer the question, why is he still the president of Nigeria Football Federation? Johnny Gavai said, Pinnick is my guy, man. I'm sad for him. I'm also sad for him. I'm very, very sad for him because, I kind of like understand the whole thing, but it's not something you can explain to Nigerians, right? And it's just like, I remember when Goodluck Jonathan was in office and we were, having this conversation in pocket spaces. You know how, you dream that Nigeria will be great. For somebody like me who believes so much in Nigeria, who don't think that I have to run away from this country. Somebody sent me a message the other day, 2 days ago. I said, okay, like 2 nights ago, after Nigeria got knocked out. And he said, he just sent me, Mr. Idafe, the lover of Nigeria. What if your children wants to go abroad? Would you let them go? I said, yes, it's their call. Because I choose to stay here does not mean they would stay here. But at this stage, what I always say to people is, if there is a better opportunity for better education for them outside of this country and I can afford them, hopefully, I will send them there. But I would not infuse in their mind the feeling that you have to stay abroad, you don't have to come here, there are wishes here, there are village people here. No, I'll send them to school there and tell them that, look, go there, whatever it is you're learning, whatever it is you're going to achieve in academic status is to come better this country. That's when you are going to be important. That's always what I'll tell them. But that I will pack my bags and baggages and run out of the country. Nah, no, that's not going to happen. Now, that does not mean, and let me clear the air, that does not mean I have anything against people who pack their bags and baggages and leave the country, because I've also encouraged a lot of people that go find greener pastures wherever you think you can find it. But then this is what I've always been against. And people who have left this country, stop thinking that I'm against people leaving Nigeria. No, I'm not. What I'm against and what I would always stand against is, please don't leave Nigeria and start destroying the country from where you are. Oh, Nigeria is shit. Nigeria is hello. No, I don't think that's good. That's a slave mentality. That's a slave behavior, and I don't support it. That's just where I stand. But it doesn't mean that if you go abroad, oh, I hate you. No, I have a lot of friends who are abroad. Actually, I have a lot of friends and family members who are abroad. Stepmonic on Instagram said, I feel many players will retire due to the disappointment. I feel so bad for Balogun because I really wanted to see him in Qatar. I also really wanted to see him. He's a fine gentleman. And I think he gave his all. He's played 8 years in the national team. I think this was a very good chance for him to go to the World Cup and put up a good performance. But hey, that just didn't happen. So it is life. Hybrid Tennis said Buhari is the greatest fraud to have been president. It's not Buhari's fault. We all made him the president. We're all responsible for that. I keep saying it. The first election, maybe the second election was rigged, but the first election that brought Buhari in was not rigged. It was the voice of the people. It was the demand of the people. It was the choice of the people who said they want somebody who's been a serial loser, who lost to Obasanjo, who lost to Yar'Adua, lost to Goodluck Jonathan in first election, and decided they want to make that man. He's a man of integrity. He's a man of action. He's a man of this and that and that and that. So we labeled him that and put him in the office. So we are as responsible for what he's done as anything else. And then he got there and he got stuck to power, which is normal with a lot of people in this part of the world. So while we want to blame him, we should also look ourselves in the mirror. Just the same way when we blame Eguavoen, we should also look ourselves in the mirror. I was on this radio. I was on this channel. I was here saying it every day. First off, I talked about Moses Simon to a point where people said I was hating him, right? I was beefing him. We saw eventually, as I see people, I noticed people came to me in the stadium and said, bro, that thing you were saying about Moses Simon is actually true. I said, really? You just found out now? You just found out now? Some of you almost killed me. WhatsApp group, on Twitter, on everywhere. But you saw it now. So it's not a big deal. Hello, good morning. Hello? I don't think that person is available. But we will try. We will try and see if he can come back and call in on the show. So before we blame people, it's easy to blame individuals. But let's also ask ourselves what's the role we played in all of these? Because it's not just enough to blame individuals. It was a collective thing. You blame Eguavoen, you sit where you are, you go, oh, Eguavoen is shit, Eguavoen is that. No, lie. We also played a role in it. You can't put all the blame on Eguavoen. You can't put all the blame on Amaju. You can't no. I'm not... See, I was close enough to the team, and I'm going to say this with my chest, and I say that Eguavoen did the best that he could do. It just didn't happen. So it's on the end of the world. Italy didn't qualify for 2 World Cup back-to-back. Hello, good morning. Oh, Sean, how are you doing? Thank you. Thank you very much, bro. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. Why are you apologizing to Genatro?
No, I will be football. But this is football now.
That's nice. All right. Thank you very much, Sharon from OPIC. This morning, and that's what he's got to say. Well, we can, that's also a very honorable thing to do. So we all should also realize that we have our role to play in this one, and we played our part the best way that we can. Another caller. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. I hope you try to call again. And Hybrid said Buhari is the greatest fraud to have been president. He said, thank God we didn't go to the AFCON with Dennis. Hybrid Tennis say even my father, who worked directly under him, didn't see this part of Buhari. Oh, damn, sorry. Sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that. That's all I can say to you. Well, I guess I saw this before. Favor Ozoji, he said, you are right, Idafi. Nigerians were calling for the sack of Genatro, and I personally opposed it. I remember I was here. He said if Genatro was our coach, he would have qualified us. Favor said, he said we really brought this upon ourselves. I like that. That's it. Yeah. There's a point where you do stop taking and you agree that look, sometimes too you have a role to play. look yourself in the mirror. It's easy to nail Iguavon to the cross right now. It's easy to, the same way it's easy to nail Buhari to the cross right now. But are we going to learn from the mistakes we as individuals, as a people, as a nation make? Because that's the very, very important part. If we don't, next February, we are just going to repeat the same mistake again. We're just going to repeat the same mistakes again. We're not going to focus on pedigree of people, what they've done, what they have capacity to do, and put them in power. We're not going to focus on, it's not just about the president now, it's also the type of governors we elect. It's also the type of representative we put in office who are going to be making laws for us. It's also the type of people we elect into constituencies. What happened with our national football team, right? The Super Eagles is a replica of what we've been doing all across our national lives. We have a chance next year to fix that, okay? Because, see, when you have good leadership at the very, very top, it waters down gradually to all spares, and it works well. But, hey, we will not see that. We would only focus on, the survivors. We'll focus on the president, and then things don't work well, and then we'll come on social media to rant. Social media not going to put food for your table. Social media not going to pay your bills. Social media will not pay your children's school fees. Some people have lost huge amount of money. Personally, I have. Many people have lost money. Some of the people that are even ranting do not have a single investment in the team. Okay? Someone like me took out a loan. Me and my partners took out a loan of $1 million. You think it's easy? You think we took that loan with the idea that the team is going to lose and we're going to lose the opportunity to have that momentum going to the World Cup so that when the film launches, we will have big numbers? No, we did not. Some of the people that are even at the insulting and throwing shit have not invested in Naira on the project, on the Super Eagles project or any football project in Nigeria. But the thing is, look at yourself and say, what role did I play? Did I not join people in asking for this to happen? And then this has happened, and look at what we find ourselves. It is very, very important to look at that. Robert Ekufo said, common Ghana. No, Ghana is not common. Score Niger, okay? Now, Ghana is not common. It's a derby game, so you guys use the word common. Favor Zojo says, spot on Elegote, we should stop the blame game. Iyobosa Festus says, Ghana and Nigeria not be, no one actually win. All are drawn. Peter Wanada, he said, we malign Raw despite his track record in qualifiers and Nigerians' lack of accountability for their own actions, reason why there is this forced show of anger, which can be likened to the 5 stage of grief. Yes, I agree with you. Every time he said, I am sorry to hear about your son, just heard about it. No problem about that. Professor GSTV said, whether anybody like it or not, the coach should be blamed because he is not tactically sound. We needed goals against Ghana. Instead of him to bring in strikers on time, he decided to bring in defenders. Wow. Yeah, that's your. I mean, I'm not gonna stand against your position on this one. You said your beats, and it's okay. Bring in defender. Promise Okuchukwu Okudili. On this channel, I predicted Iguavon's downfall, and everyone came for my neck. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I've seen coaches talk tactics, and Iguavon doesn't what a rat ass. Okay, what did I say? Why are people more focused on Cerezo and Pinnick stepping down without mentioning the Minister of Sports, who has more to say and interfere on the Super Eagles matter? And Professor GSTV said the midfield was zero, no creative. Etebo couldn't do anything in the middle. He let Aribo to be running up and down. Promise Okuchukwu say Pinnick's resignation won't change a dime, especially what if we had qualified? Our political instability will cause more harm for football. Remember the era of Chris Green and how it affected our game. Professor G5TV, he said the Ghanaian team didn't have any top striker to help them get a goal, but yet they managed to score Nigeria. What a shame. Divine Toke said Amadeus resignation may just open up the door for more revenues wolves to come eat up what's left of Nigerian football. Promise Okuchukwu went further to say, I watched Vox, Lagaba, Raw, Top Tactics. Last 4 games under Raw wasn't epic, but we won matches. Imagine a coach was sacked. Okay, sorry. The coach was asked his style of play. He said, I like Guardiola. Who does that? I saw it. Okay. Hybrid 10, he said, I'm not happy we didn't qualify. Nevertheless, I am happy we failed on our own terms. I will still hire a local coach. I like your stand. As a matter of fact, I love your stand. Shady Chunu said, what happens to all the amateuric behavior of going around Europe, doing the job of the coach, begging players to come to Nigeria, audience, ill-advised comeback, not a nice retirement for Ahmed Musa. Thank you very much, Johnny Gafar, for 8 pounds 99 cents. No, 99 shillings, sorry. I really don't want to blame players. It's not my style. But I was live at Wembley and watched Uzor concede that goal against Kane. So I never ever got the clamor for him from Nigerians. Okay, Professor G5 TV, he said, what I know is that Nigerian football is corrupt. We need the right people to be in the right place. Let me ask you this. Would you love to contest and be in the right place? Because when we say the right people, can we also offer the right people? It's not just about needing the right people. It's also about offering the right people. It's also very, very important. And Jimmy Nkrumah, he said, you guys should stop underrating Ghana. Remember that 11 players are used on the field. I like that. I like that. Remind them of that. I like that. He said, remember that 11 players are used on the pitch, not 200 million. Ghana is one of the giant African football nations, so you should give us a break. You deserve it, and I salute you guys. We apologize for ever underrating you guys, for ever talking down on you guys. You guys deserve your World Cup tickets. I'm not one of those who's going to be against you guys deserve it. Kobe Afriye, he said, you Nigerian people have never been better than Ghana in football, but your arrogance and big mouth would not let you be honest. Humble yourself. We humble ourselves for you. And my friend, Kweku, let me say it here on my channel, Kweku Boake, we had a bet. And he said that Ghana was going to qualify, and Nigeria was going to qualify. And we agreed that if Ghana qualifies, I'm going to come to Ghana for 3 weeks. That's a long time anyway. That's a long time to suffer. I'm going to come to Ghana for 3 weeks, and I'm going to eat whatever he gives me to eat, whether I like it or not. That's strange because I'm very, very selective with food. And if Nigeria had qualified, he would come to Nigeria and spend 3 weeks. And I told him that I would take him on Keke Napep ride, the Kada ride. We just, we're just having fun. And we eat Amala, we eat Fufu and the rest of them. And he said he's not eating those before. But now Ghana have won. So I definitely would have to keep my promise. I will. Senator Sam on Instagram, he said, I told you that now 11 versus 11, shut up. You come here now. Did you not say we'll qualify for the pitch? You don't say I'm not. But you were also bragging that we'll qualify. You see this one. I walk up from that, from different position. Well, you guys should stop underrating. Yeah, okay. Let me go to Facebook and see. These guys even give me the chance to even give story. Bello Rashid, he said, we simply weren't good enough. I agree with you. Daniel Onogwa, he said, Rudy would definitely stay back at Chelsea. Okay, so let me give you some transfer gist, rumors, speculations that is going on in the beautiful world of football while we still rant, lament, and cry over Nigerians' non-qualification for the Qatar 2022 World Cup. And let me say this, that Ghana deserve their tickets. Ghana deserves, once again I say, Ghana deserves the ticket. They did what they needed to do. They got a bunch of coaches, ex-international who are attached to clubs. We have a bunch of ex-international who have not been attached to any club. So Ghana did what they needed to do. They got the result, and it's fine. But what I'm going to say, from what I saw, from my vantage point of view, I wouldn't say that the FA or the NFF did not give this team all that they needed. Okay, that's not it. And I also thought that we created enough chances to have won the game as well. So those people say voodoo does this. I don't think it's voodoo, but let's take voodoo out of it. It doesn't really matter to me. What I just think is Ghana deserve their ticket, and I will be supporting Ghana, Senegal, and the rest of the African teams that have qualified for this tournament in the World Cup. Hopefully we'll be in Qatar, and I will support all of the African teams when they play. I don't care. Yes, I would love to have Nigeria there jumping and shouting and ranting about Nigeria, but we're not there. It's still football. It doesn't mean that the World Cup will no longer be of importance. It will be as sweet as if Nigeria was there. I mean, when did Nigeria start going to the World Cup in the first place? We've always loved the World Cup with or without Nigeria. And with Ghana going there, I just hope that no hand of Luis Suarez will stop a goal band ball and then get them knocked out. They would go as far as they want to go. I don't care if Ghana is the first African team to get to the finals of the World Cup, or it's Senegal, or any one of these countries. Most important thing, let them go. I just hope that they find the right tactics, the right strategy, and the players are united enough, whether it's Senegal, whether it's Morocco, whether it's Ghana, and Africa is well represented. So that by the time we're going for the 2026, the Hollywood World Cup, as I have tagged it, we will have more countries and we will be more motivated, more inspired to go there. Remember when Nigeria won the Olympic in 1996? Cameroon went on 4 years later with Samuel Eto'o and Co to go and win the Olympics in Sydney as well. So something football gold, at the Olympics. Okay, so some transfer rumors that we're having. Barcelona have made a bid to take advantage of the sanctions placed on Chelsea by trying to sign three of the club's Champions League winning defenders: German Antonio Rudiger, 29, Spain Cesar Azpilicueta, 32, and Denmark's Andreas Christensen, 25. That's according to the Telegraph. You can only read that because it is subscription based, so you have to subscribe to read it. Real Madrid and Wales winger Gareth Bale, 32, is a target for AC Milan this summer, owing to the fact that when it comes to play for Wales, is a marvelous player, scoring free kick, playing on the run, scoring on the run of play. But at Real Madrid, he is a chief judge sitting on the bench, well belted, watching from the sideline. Manchester United expect Portugal forward Cristiano Ronaldo, 37, to leave the club at the end of the season, halfway through his 2-year contract. Leicester City hope to persuade Belgium midfielder Yuri Tielemans, 24, to sign a new contract despite interest from Manchester United and Arsenal. That is according to Team Talk. And the player has said that his desire is to play on the continent in the Champions League. So Arsenal are hoping to also sign him, but waiting for them to make the top 4 position guaranteed before they make any move in the summer transfer window. The Foxes, which is Leicester, hope to make 3 signings this summer, and we've also been told that Wilfred Ndidi, one of the stable man in the midfield of the Foxes, Leicester City, will not be playing to the end of the season because of his injury to his knee. Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku, 28, remain unhappy with his situation at the club, and the 28-year-old Belgian international could seal a move back to Inter Milan, either on a permanent basis or on a loan basis. Let's see how that goes. Brazil midfielder Douglas Luiz, 23, could leave Aston Villa this summer as Vestergaard has placed a holding midfielder at the top of his wish list next season. Newcastle United are ready to hijack Aston Villa's bid to sign 29-year-old Brazilian midfielder Felipe Coutinho on a permanent basis from FC Barcelona. Everton are plotting a summer move for Leicester City's Denmark centre-back Yannick Vestergaard, 29. Leeds United are looking to sign Barcelona and United State fullback Serginho Dest, who is 21. You think Barcelona really wants to sell him? I don't think so. But that's the reason why somebody was ranting on the comment section earlier on. Okay, Middlesbrough's right wing back Jed Spence, on loan at Nottingham Forest, wants a Premier League move as Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur line up £20 million summer bid. Manchester United also interested in a 21-year-old England under-21 international. Nottingham Forest want to turn 21-year-old English midfielder James Garner's loan from Manchester United into a permanent transfer, but any deal could depend on whether the win promotion to the Premier League. They're still working very hard at it, and it looks like it is going to be possible. Don't forget that last night, the women's team of Wolfsburg in Germany knocked out Arsenal from the Women's UEFA Champions League in the quarterfinals as they won an aggregate 2-0 on the night after 1-1 at the Emirates in England. They took it home and won 2-0. RB Leipzig are set for contract talks with France midfielder Christopher Nkunku, who's been a revelation and amazing player this season. Is 24 years of old this summer, but will listen to offers in excess of €75 million, which is £63.3 million. Manchester United, Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Bayern Munich are all monitoring this situation. The thing is, when you hear all these other names and you see Arsenal, they just remove Arsenal because Arsenal can't even compete with these guys on any given Sunday. Okay, Tottenham have submitted a £2 million bid for Oxford Irish centre-back Luke McNally, 22. Liverpool are set to sign 16-year-old Scotland youth international winger Ben Doak from Celtic for £500,000. Wow. She said, "This is sign players for that amount." Okay, that's the amount that Arsenal used to sign Fabregas back in the day, Nicolas Anelka for $500,000 back in the day, and a few other players. Stepanik, you say whoever the new coach is, please don't act unfairly like a Guavon and give Adeleye Desas Akpoguma, Wakene, and Desas a fair chance to prove themselves. Guavon, you no try at all, honestly. Wow. Okay, Osigwe as well. Oduandre say Ghana simply wanted the ticket more. I agree with you on that one. I can argue. And let's get back to the talking, the YouTube channel and see. Let's start with first of all. Let me drop on Facebook. Okay, I think I've read everything on Facebook. Facebook will angry with me now because I didn't really miss that. Lots of messages yesterday. Wow. Ooh. Professor G5TV. He said, "What I know is that Nigerian football." Okay, well, I think I've read that before. Son of Obabini, where have you been? Mr. Iguavon should be dropped in all positions, not only Super Eagles. You are a diehard fan of Iguavon. You switch fast. Fred Agaye, he said, Ghana has a cohesion in defense and midfield. Are you speaking Chui or are you speaking English? We don't need 9 useless strikers. Wow. Fred Agui said, Agui said, the best team won. Simple, I agree with you on that one. I can't even argue. We are Ghana. And see, on this channel, Ghanaians are allowed to come here and really celebrate their success. And nobody should be trying to guard them or stop them. You deserve it. I'll be here. I will humbly read your messages with all sense of respect because Ghana deserve their ticket. They'll be in the draw, the part of the draw today. I will say I'm going to talk about that one for the last 5 minutes of the show. Divine Tokai say Argentina to win the World Cup in Qatar. Well, they will have my support as well as Germany in the absence of Italy. I hope Senegal make us proud. I hope Ghana also make us proud. Okay, Fred Agwe said, we understand soccer. We don't brag about pitch, players, etc. LOL. My brother, when Comoros was knocking you guys out of the AFCON, you guys didn't say all of this. I don't know how you understand soccer at that time. Since 1982, you guys have not won the African Cup of Nations. So I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but I think you are overshooting now. You say you don't brag, but you're just bragging now. Blessing Okwige, say, what happened to your DRC Congo? I didn't qualify. It's my prediction. You rated them as one of the... No, I didn't rate them as one of the best of Africa. You just add a light to the story. I said I predict that they will qualify. And I have my reasons, but unfortunately that didn't work. So it's a prediction, but I didn't say they were the best, one of the best in Africa. They were never the best in Africa, but I was banking on the fact that they had a political advantage over a lot of teams. So let me tell you the political advantage that they have. The president of CAF have his biggest gold mine in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the president of Congo have a very deep-rooted relationship with the president of CAF. Okay? And in that situation, I saw it coming that maybe we're going to have a referee situation where it will just turn around. And then again, in these qualifiers, we must say something. We must say something and that shows a little bit of respect to the African referees. They didn't cow, they didn't bend, even though I thought that the VRO decision to award the penalty against Ghana in Abuja was kind of like, out of the backside. And I thought that some calls by the referee, especially in the second half, were just over the top against Ghana. But I think overall, of all the 5 games that were played, the 10 games that were played over 2 legs by 10 countries and 5 tickets available, I think the referees did well. Okay, all of those African politicking didn't get to hold. I think the referees held their own and they did well. And kudos to CAF for that one as well. The Nigerian fans were the worst fans, followed by the Senegalese fans who were putting laser light in the eyes of the Egyptian players. But that's not enough to warrant a replay, as a lot of people are asking for a replay. But having said that, I think overall, some of the guys that we never get to praise in Africa, the referees, they did well. Carson_345, you say, I think the Super Eagles players, especially the class of 94, should stop interfering with our football. Well, I've been saying that for a very long time now. And Osamudiame Oloyode, he said, I think Iguavon was under too much pressure to play 4-4-2 because we didn't like raw, boring style of play. And that clouded his decision making in such a critical game. I don't think anybody pressured Iguain to play 4-4-2. Iguain wanted to play weak play. Unfortunately, like this is what I'm going to say. Unfortunately, it was banking on wingers who did not know how to deliver crosses. That's the first thing. You know, you bank on wingers like Chukwueze, wingers like Moses Simon, that everybody was. Don't forget that all of you guys were raving about him. At the African Cup of Nations, some of you even said that Moses Simon deserved to be the team of the tournament, even good enough African footballer of the year. And I kept saying that, and you people were here telling me that, oh, I'm hating on the guy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is Henry Johnson. He said, good morning, bros. We brought a lot of ex-internationals who attached their selves with two Nigerian politicians. I don't understand. Henry Johnson, why are you confusing me? Why are you frustrating me with what you wrote? Let me understand what you're writing so that it's easy for me. Okay, so let me go back to this one. I think this one will be easy for me to read. Shawama, he said, good morning, bro. For me, I want to see the game from the tactical part. And from that point of view, the manager let us down big time. So all the conspiracy theory that Nigerian Football Federation picked the player for the manager, I don't care. That's show for me from OPIC. And Kaz said, I think the Super Eagles players, especially, okay, I think I've read that one before. And as we round up, getting to the final line of the show, Blessing, okay, no, I think I've read that one. And FK, he said, mate, Niger lost because you guys spoke too much. I've never seen a team lose a match because people speak too much. Okay, so your theory does not follow. People brag and still win matches. Fans bragging is part of football. So let's not even bring that into the conversation at all because it doesn't even follow. Okay, so let me give you the story and I'm out of your face. So England will discover their FIFA World Cup 2022 opponent just the same way as Ghana and the other African qualifiers and the other qualifiers from the rest of the world. One of Wales, Scotland, or Ukraine will also be in Qatar this November and December, but will not know until the remaining European playoffs are played in June. 29 of the 32 World Cup teams are known already, with 2 intercontinental playoff matches also set for June. Okay, Jermaine Jenners hosts the draw from the city of Doha, the exhibition center or exhibition and conference center, and it will be live on BBC according to them. So the entire show will run and everybody will see it. But let me give you a rundown of how it works. Who is in it? Okay, the pot 1 will have the seeded teams and they are host nation, Qatar, Brazil, Belgium, based on their FIFA ranking, France, Argentina, England, Spain, and Portugal. Portugal actually beat the team that knocked out Italy, not Macedonia, by 2-0. Pot 2, you have Mexico, the Netherlands, Denmark, Germany, Uruguay, Switzerland, USA, Croatia. Pot 3, you have Senegal, African champion, and qualifier from Africa, Iran, Japan, Morocco, Serbia, Poland, South Korea, and Tunisia. Okay, in pot 4, you have Cameroon, Canada qualifier. Hooray! Yeah, Canada qualifier. Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, Wales, Ghana, Wales or Scotland or Ukraine, Costa Rica or New Zealand, UAE, Australia or Peru. And that's how it is going to be. And how does it work? Let's explain the metrics of how the draw works. This World Cup has the same format as the past one, okay? 32 countries, 64 matches, 1 winner. After now, it's going to change. But let's take it as it goes. Teams are seeded based on the FIFA World Ranking released on 31st of March. Host country Qatar will be given position A1 from pot 1. And top 7 ranked teams who have qualified for the other top seed, England, are among them. Okay, the 3 playoff winners not yet decided are Wales versus Scotland or Ukraine, Costa Rica versus New Zealand, UAE, and Australia versus Peru will be in the bottom pot seed. Okay, the draw will start with the teams in the top pot and work downward, finishing with the bottom pot. After a team is drawn out, a second ball will be drawn to decide which group they are in. Teams from the same continent will be kept apart, except for Europe, because they have more countries. So you have possible two countries from Europe pairing together, but not more than 2. Unlike in previous World Cup, the match schedule will be decided afterward and will not happen automatically depending on how teams are drawn out. FIFA says this provides scope to provide more beneficial kickoff time for audience at home, because you also have to consider those of us that are not going to be watching from the stadium. I might have to go to watch in the stadium, but I have to go to Qatar. This World Cup should come to an end soon, so I can think. If Nigeria had qualified, would you say that? Okay, why don't we know all the teams? Usually, all the teams would be known before the World Cup draw, but this year, 3 positions are yet to be decided for 2 different reasons. 2 intercontinental finals will be played in Qatar on 13th and 14th of June. Costa Rica, New Zealand meet in one, and in the other, Peru will play the winner of the United Arab Emirates versus Australia, who meet in the Asian playoff in Doha on the 7th of June. Those games were moved from March because of knock-on effect of the COVID pandemic in each continent. All the Oceania qualifiers were played from 17th to 30th of March in a mini tournament in Qatar. One of the 3 European playoff routes has been delayed because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Scotland's semi-final against Ukraine at Hampden Park was postponed from March until an unspecified date in June, when it is hoped that Ukraine will be in the position to play. The winner of that game will face Wales, who beat Austria in the semi-finals in Cardiff a few days later for a place at the World Cup. Okay, now that's the way it is, and that's what we have enough time to talk about. There's a whole lot. Maybe we'll have to talk about that tomorrow as we go. Okay, Precious Emenike, talking about Emenike, I saw Emmanuel Emenike at Abuja Stadium. He said, why did some European countries played their last qualifier at home, like Portugal and Poland? Is the way it was drawn. These draws did not have playoff because they are in the playoff. The real qualifiers have gone, so they went to the playoff, so it's a different format. Each time I hear news about the World Cup, I feel bad. Sorry about it. What you should do is adopt a country. Behave like we were behaving before the 1994 World Cup, when we all choose Brazil, France, Italy, Germany, Argentina, and the rest of them. Just behave like Ghana is your country, or Senegal, or Cameroon. Don't hate on the countries that qualify. Pick 1, 2, or 3. What I normally do at the World Cup is, my favorite country is Nigeria if you qualify. Then I pick another African country like Ghana, or Cameroon, or Senegal, any other African countries, and then I go to my regular, countries that I've always loved: Brazil, Argentina, Italy, Germany, Spain. And as they go, Holland, as they keep knocking them out substitution by elimination, my love shifts to the one that is remaining. That's my style anyway. And that's my time on the show today. We still not have Peter. We're not there ready for them. Say Sports is having fun. He's still reeling from the loss of the ticket for the World Cup. But then I've had good fun. Thank you very much to every one of you on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube as well. God bless you all, and thank you to Johnny Gafar. Ogufaya Maria, my darling, my boo that year. He said, good morning, sir. Happy New Month. It's a pretty beautiful lady. Thank you very much for always being there. She's been there since forever. She's been my fan, my supporter since forever. And Osamu, I think he should have played Zaidu in and Aino on the wings for better crosses. And Akpogoma and Basi would have played fullback. Okay, that's a good idea. Somebody I might want to say, because the wingers, we are all inside forward. They try to cut in from the flanks rather than crosses. Well, what happened. It's time to look for solutions. Then we can blame all we like. It won't change the fact that Ghana, I picked the ticket and Ghana are going. And I need to start preparing to go to Ghana and eat Banku, Ghana jollof, listen to Ghana music, and I'll make it as fun as I can. But I know that Kweku, being who he is, will try to frustrate my life. But a bet is one. I've got to keep my end of the bargain. So see you soon, guys. I'll be here on Monday. I'll still be around. I'm not going to Ghana yet, but I'll soon go there and spend my 2 weeks and come back, and I'll share my story with you, share my experiences with you. But I must say that the Ghanaian fans that came to Nigeria, the fans of Ghana national team that came to Nigeria, are wonderful people, great guys. I love you guys. I think this game made me fall in love with Ghana more, and I'm going to respect them. Fred Aguayi said, allow us to celebrate our victory. Talk about the post-match violence and how disgraceful your fans were. I talked about that yesterday, and I'm still praising the Ghana fans. Ghana to Qatar, Nigeria to the classroom. Laugh out loud. Thank you very much, Angelica. Thank you very much for sending me money on the super chat. God bless you. You are my super fan of the day. My name is Edafi Matthew Eshoganem, my Ghanaian friends. I will be in Ghana pretty soon to hang out with you guys. And for my Nigerian brothers and sisters, let's cry as best as we can. But when we're done, let's chat away. Like Fred just said, let's get to the classroom, learn. Those of you who don't have light, buy fuel for your generator and watch Ghana perform at the World Cup and do the things that our own national team are unable to do. I'm not going to be one of those people who will talk down Ghana. If a team is better than you, you give them the respect. Thumbs up to Ghana. Thumbs up to all of the other teams that have qualified for the World Cup. I wish you guys better luck for the draws today. And then after that, we'll talk about the draws on Monday. Have yourself a wonderful weekend and be happy, stay fun-filled. Forgive those who offend you. Avoid those who you can't forgive. Live a very, very happy and peaceful life. But like I always say, don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. If you can't be part of the solution, also try as much as possible to support those who are part of the solution. God bless you. Have yourself a wonderful and amazing weekend. Bye-bye.